Hey guys, Wavy here, bringing you another terrible video. And basically, to get this one started, this is a female that I met when I was living in Georgia at the time. She's 32, two kids, and she was married. I met her online. We started talking, and we talked for a while until she felt comfortable meeting. Now, I don't believe I knew she was married. Don't quote me on that, but as we was talking, we got to know each other. She told me like she was online because she was trying to make him jealous, and because he's a terrible guy. He talked down on her. He talked about her appearance, made her feel worthless. For 8 years of their marriage, he would talk badly about his own kids with her. Say things like, "Oh, 'cause I guess his son was more flamboyant." And he would say like, "Oh, you want me to buy you a dress?" Like literally just make fun of his own son, which is a terrible thing to do. Whether he was like that or not, it doesn't really matter. That's your kid. You shouldn't be over here capping on your own kid. But enough of him, right? So after a while, she finally felt comfortable to meet. So we made plans to meet. So I went, picked her up. We just sat in the car, talked, smoked, and just like chatted it up. But when she left, we ended up kissing before she goes. So we kissed for a little bit. Then she went inside. So after that, I want to say a week or two after us talking, she said to me like, "Hey, I want to work on my marriage, and I think it's best if we don't talk to each other anymore because we wasn't talking on friendly terms." So, with that being said, I was like, "All right, I respect that," and I thanked her for like just letting me know what was going on. So, we didn't went our separate ways. So a month down the road, she then ends up contacting me saying like, I guess things really hit the fan with her husband because she was trying to leave. She said she was looking for rooms. She was checking out rooms so she could just leave. And I was like, she was asking me about mine, and I was like, you could stay here, but you don't gotta pay anything. Like, you could just stay here until you get back on your feet. So for 3 months, she ended up staying with me, and it was a pretty chill arrangement. So I want to say after the first few weeks, she would come, chill, work, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is chill. She would cook, she would clean. I enjoyed her company. I don't really like roommate situations, female or male, but it was nice having her around. She was definitely really helpful. So after talking to her about the whole situation, you know, eventually she comes back home. She's drunk. I think she said she was drinking with the girls, and she's a little bit, not drunk, but she was a little bit intoxicated. And I talked to her because I was like, hey, because I think she did something in the house. It wasn't crazy. It was just like me letting her know, like, hey, can you make sure you do this next time, before whatever. I don't remember the exact details of the complaint, but she when I said, hey, can we talk? She automatically thought I was upset. But after we was done talking, she did try to kiss me, and like I kind of put my hand up, and I was like, I wasn't against it. She's a beautiful 32-year-old woman. Like she doesn't even look 32. She's beautiful, thick Asian, thick Korean. So, I was like, hey, just because you're living here for free, I don't want you to think you owe me anything. Like I'm here to help you. I don't need anything in return. Blah blah blah. So after that being said, I don't know if that got her heart and bothered, but she was just like really into me. So after, the first few weeks, it just kind of came a routine thing. I'll drop her off. Our schedules work perfectly. I worked in the middle of the day, but she worked a 12-hour shift 6 days a week. So I'll pick her up. I'll drop her off in the morning at 8 o'clock, pick her up at 8 o'clock at night. And every time I picked her up, we would always go into her room and watch quote unquote Korean movies. That was like how we said it, but we knew what it meant when we watched the movie. So we'll just literally throw in a movie and just start cooking. You feel me? I definitely enjoyed her company. She would clean, she would cook. I definitely enjoyed having her around. She was definitely really helpful, making things easier around the house. Never really had an experience where having roommates was good and everything. So it was definitely nice to have someone like her around, and I really did appreciate her 100%. So after all that, the dropping her off, picking her up, and just being intimate with each other. We would go to drive-in movies. We would we would actually do things, and eventually got to the point where, you know, her husband had the kids, obviously, so she would have to see the kids. And now it was kind of like, you know, she would go there some like on like some weekend. This is after 2 months. She would go over there like for the weekends or whatever. And I'm not even gonna cap. I was starting to like feel her. Like I was like ready to swipe a homeboy girl. You feel me? But for 3 months, like, you know, I'm over here giving this, you know, dude, this girl's. I mean, I'm over here giving this guy's girl the meat, you know, the meat special nonstop. And you know, I don't even feel bad. Like the dude did come like by the house 1 or 2 times looking for her, but both of those. But I guess like he came looking for her because he saw her on Snapchat like at clubs and stuff. Because sometimes she'll go out with this other female friend of mine, and they'll go out that I put them on with each other, and they'll go out to the club or something, and then like they'll both come back, whatever, 1, 2 o'clock at night, whatever the case may be. And it was definitely, you know, it was really nice. You know, it was chill situation. Everything was chill. But I guess he saw that he came over, and you know, I would just talk to him. And like I could see this dude was drunk, and I just didn't like this dude. Like he was a terrible dude. Like so, she comes back like as he's at the front door, and me and him are talking. Like he's over here like venting to me, like literally venting to me about the marriage. And she comes through the door. I mean, no, she come not comes to the door. She pulls up in an Uber or something. Yeah, most likely Uber. She doesn't drive, but she pulls up in the Uber, and the girl she's with, I'm like, hey, come inside. They're gonna talk, and you can just hear him like straight up disrespecting her. Like he just calling her like in front of the 2 kids. By the way, the 2 kids are here. He's calling her a thought, a slut, this, that, and right in front of the kids. Like this dude had no respect for her whatsoever. And you know, and like I didn't feel bad. Like I didn't feel bad that I'm over here giving this dude's girl to meat nonstop. Like I didn't feel bad at all. Like you know, and that girl could cook. You feel me? Like she could cook. So I was definitely enjoying my time with her. 100%. Did not feel bad in the slightest. So moving forward, you know, it was like at the point where we was basically like it was like dating. Like we was going out to dinner, we was going to drive-in movies. We was like, you know, sometimes we'll sleep together in the same bed, but most of the time I'll sleep in my own room. And that's what I liked about it, like how casual it was. Like I'll literally go in there, her room, we'll smash, we'll cook, and then I just go to my room and do my thing, play video games, whatever the case I was doing. And you know, just pick her up from work, drop her off at work. So it was just a real chill situation. You know, she would like give me gas money here and there, and I was like, oh, you really don't have to, but she would like give me gas money here and there because again, I'm just trying to help her get on her feet. But eventually, after a while of her going over there on the weekends, you know, the dude, I'm not gonna, you know, he did change. You know, when he saw that she left and that she was actually done, he did actually make a change and he did start acting different, which I could respect. You know, I did talk to her. You know, it's been like 9, 10 months now since we separated from each other, and I did talk to her. I want to say a couple of months ago to check in on her, and she was like, you know, everything's doing good. You know, we haven't been fighting anymore, and I was like, you know, that's good to hear. I'm happy to see that you're happy. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, that's her husband. You know, that's the dude with her kids. So obviously, it would make more sense for them to work out whatever issues they have, so that it could work for the kids and everything. She said that he doesn't talk bad about the kids anymore, but it's like this isn't, yo, I got stories for days. Like I don't think I want to say this might be the only married woman, but I definitely have been messing with like on the daily, like, you know, girls in a relationship, not just like a one time thing mistake. Girls will literally have men talk about them with me, and while we'll be doing our own thing. But I do have another one story, which is actually gonna be pretty fire. This was back when I was living in Lowell, and I guess her. Oh no, I don't want to spoil nothing. I don't want to spoil nothing for you guys. But no, this next story time is gonna be fire. But like, I hope y'all enjoying these story times. Like, I should probably start scripting them so everything meshes well together. But I'm not really that type. Like, I just like to kind of spit it out. And I feel like scripted things, they come off more fake because it's like it just goes way too smoothly. You know, I like to kind of think, and this can be long to think of it. So I like to get the story going. But yeah, I was only 22. She was 32, and I messed with a 40-year-old before too. She didn't look 40, but she, she could cook too. But she was single though, so that was a whole nother situation. But yeah, like I mean, having my time with a married female, it was definitely lit. I definitely enjoyed it. I really, I've talked to married females and stuff like that. I talked to girls in long term relationships. I had my fair share, but I believe this was the first time I messed with, especially an 8 year married woman. And yo, when I tell you she can cook, mm mm this girl can cook, my guy. So, yeah, again, thank you for all love and support. I'll see you guys in the next video. And it's probably gonna be another story time, maybe a live show, I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, wavy out.